Yes, sir.
We're here.
We are here.
We are here. How are you doing?
Magnificent.
I'm always magnificent.
You are?
I am.
That's good.
I'm feeling real good today, to be honest with you.
Oh, tell me why.
Yeah. I got me an adjustment, man.
You got it.
I got an adjustment.
Is that because you weren't feeling good?
Yes.
Or you were just maintaining? What are we talking about?
Yeah, I think it was the trip we did. So we over Labor Day weekend, what we did was we took the camper.
Yeah.
Did 3 days down in Savannah. It's called Creek Fire. And we just chilled there, Savannah.
Yeah.
But the thing about campers, and it's not every camper, but our camper.
Our camper.
A lot of times when you get a camper, one thing you need to replace is the mattress.
You have to get a new mattress.
Because the mattress, I mean, I'm like over 250.
Right.
Pushing 3 probably. And it's not easy on a big guy.
It's not forgiving.
Candace will tell you the same thing. Like, we got to get a mattress. If we're going to do this, we got to get a mattress. And, man, my back, I was feeling it when I got back. I was feeling it, man. And I kept talking about getting an adjustment before this.
Oh, already before the mattress
Right.
experience.
Before the mattress experience. And, man, I was like, okay, I got to do this because it started really bugging me.
Like where at?
Mid and upper back.
Mid and upper
back. So, I mean, like, you had, like, knowing your body and how things adjust. Like, if you really look at it, getting a chiropractor to give you an adjustment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge.
It's huge.
I mean, think about it. You're realigning everything to its natural state.
Wow.
To its natural state.
Yeah, you got this.
I mean, think about it this way. Think about, like, one thing that a lot of times, like, was, like, when you wear backpacks, like school, for example.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people, like, they just like to put the strap on one side.
Mm.
And you do this your whole life. And then all of a sudden you're like walking sideways.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's wrong with my back? Or what's wrong with my legs? Why are my legs feeling like this? Why is my neck feeling like this? You're out of alignment.
You're out of alignment.
So getting the adjustment, I wish I would have known about this sooner. Like, really.
But this ain't the first time.
No, it's not the first time.
Yeah, you've been.
But, like, to really, like, go to a chiropractor, get looked at, let them look at the x-rays, like, see what's going on, really see how everything is working right now for you.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years, 20 plus years, 30 plus years, whatever it is.
Right.
And for them to tell you, like, certain things and how they work and how it all aligns and connects.
So, and then when he told you what was going on with you, you literally felt it in your body.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, it's like, well, you're out here, you got this, you got that, and it's like, you felt everything he said. I mean, right?
Right. I mean, it's crazy because I was in there literally maybe 15 minutes once they had me back there, because I'm the type of person that I kind of know what he needs me to do to make sure everything just goes back in line. Because a lot of people like to fight it, like they're nervous about this, so they get tensed up and stuff. And you got to understand, you got to relax. Like, you got to be like Play-Doh almost to make this stuff work the way it needs to work, or else, certain things can happen. But so when he checked me out, like, he could tell right off the bat, ooh, you're tight here. Ooh, like, ooh, man, yeah, you're tight. You're a little lie. Yeah, your right side's a little off too. Like when he lays you down on the table.
Yeah.
And like immediately. And it's funny because we start laughing about it because when he pops me, you'll hear it. Like it
Snap, crackle, pop.
And it's like, oh, and then the neck, getting the neck done and everything like that. But what I'm trying to say is, this isn't just about getting an adjustment to get your body realigned.
Right.
It also ties into your mindset. Because there's a lot of things in life that we go through where we just let the situation dictate our status or how we feel. And we let the emotions take control, and we let the situation take control, and we don't realign to our natural state.
That's well said, man.
So I'm like, well, man, it makes total sense because you think about it. Getting the adjustment, it's not just because you were wearing your backpack on your right hand side for 20 plus years.
Nope.
Stress plays a factor into it. You know, not getting your movement in plays a factor into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are key components, not just, you know, you tweaking something or, you know, fit in a physical form.
Right.
Like it's also a mentality form that can cause this stuff.
Right.
So that's kind of how I took this episode. Was like, well, you get the adjustment. You got to get the adjustment.
You got to get the adjustment. And, you know, when you say that, especially when you tie it to the mentality side of things and you tie it into life and just the physical, going to the chiropractor is a metaphor of the thought process. But life is going to give you an adjustment. So the thought process is like, would you rather be proactive and get the adjustment and make the adjustments for yourself along the way and how you're showing up and being authentic and getting back to, as you called it, your natural state? Or would you want life to make the adjustment? Because like we've said it a million different ways. Yeah. I mean, it all comes down to the same, like how we're showing up. Are we showing up magnificently? But the thought process is like, life's going to give you an adjustment. It
will. Whether you like it or not. It can. And you have a choice.
Right.
You have a choice.
I mean, it's our mentors, so I could say that. It's not the blowing of the wind. It's the setting of the sail.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about. Like, the wind's going to blow.
Yeah. Life's going to happen.
But is your sail going to be set to take advantage when it does? And that's being in line. You don't have to be in line. You could been suffering like Braxton before you went. And
I don't even want to tell you how, like, we talked about it. Like, when I talked to him, I was like, yeah, I ain't been in a while. I was like, yeah, you sure haven't.
Yeah, you sure haven't.
I was like, yeah.
So have you made it like in that moment, have you made it to say, like, not to say that you're going to go every week, but to say that the regularity of the consistency of
the consistency of a change. And to be honest with you, I was so surprised by how much I wasn't off. Because in my mind, and this is another thing about mindset, in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I am messed up. Like, this is not, something's wrong here, because this is not, I haven't felt this before. And then I go in, he's like, oh, you're good. I mean, you're good. Yeah, just come back in another month. I was like, really? Just another month? I was like, man, we're going to have to start week by week.
I got to come back next week.
But it wasn't like that. And that's another thing about realigning is you get into this mindset of like you're kind of like, you feel like anxiety, you feel like pressure, and you feel all this stuff going on, and you're like, you got to get it done. You got to like, and it's just, get realigned with who you are and be consistent.
So
then make the adjustments.
When you say that, man, it seems like there's some other
underlying
really stuff going on, man.
It really is.
Speak
man.
to that.
Like,
So help the audience, man. Someone needs it today. So
so
what is that? Because it just came up. Everybody heard it. Everybody's seeing it. What is that?
Okay, so there's this. I'll tell you a story.
Yes.
About. So we went. Me and Gavin.
Right.
We went kayaking, and it was at High Falls. Mm-hmm. And what we were going to do was we were going to go to. We were starting at Buck Creek, and then you got to go all the way around the lake to get to the state park. Mm-hmm. So we were going to do that because he hasn't done that before.
Right.
And then, like, in my mind, I'm like, I mean, I've done this before, but I haven't gone to 75.
Right.
And in my heart, like, I wanted to go to 75.
Yeah, do something new.
Like, I want to do something new. And Gavin hasn't done it either.
Right.
And so, and I asked him, and he really didn't know. He didn't know. I was like, oh, okay.
He didn't have nothing to base it off of.
Yeah, he didn't have nothing to base it off. But the story, we packed everything up. We got there, I mean, I would say probably 9, 10.
Yeah.
So sun's up. It's warm.
Yeah. It's warm.
It's warm. And we get the kayaks in the water. And, I've got the sunblock. We've got water. I didn't bring any snacks because I didn't think we were going to be out there that long.
Oh, y'all end up being out there long?
Well, not too long. But the snacks really didn't affect us that much because we had the water, But so we paddle out. And we decide we're going to go down to 75, go down to Buck Creek and go down 75 to see the bridge. And we get out, like, I'm not kidding you, we get like probably 20 paddles in, and Gavin was like, oh, I'm hot, I need a hat. And I've got a hat on.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a hat on. And I'm going, okay. All right, we got to get you a hat. And I had an extra hat in the truck, and I should have brought it, but I didn't. So he was like, okay, well, we'll just go back. We'll go back and we'll go get it in the truck. And he's like, no, I don't want to go back to the drop-in. Because we had to park on the other side. So we were like, okay. So, well, we can go around. So I was like, okay, we can go around and we can just get up on the bank.
Yeah. Why you said that?
Whew. And
everything's just unfolding so well.
Yeah, everything.
Everything's just.
So, and there's like an opening where people have been fishing and stuff. This is fine. It's fine. So we glide up in there, and it's like, I was like, oh yeah, it's a little soft. And so I was like, I gave Gavin the keys, and Gavin gets out, and he goes like ankle deep in mud right off the bat. And it's not that kind of fun mud to be in. It's the icky, nasty.
Yeah.
You got bugs now. They're like woken up and moving around, kind of.
Yeah.
And he's got his Crocs on. I was like, all right, just give me your Crocs. I'll wash them off. And he goes ahead and he goes to the truck. And as he's going to the truck, he starts getting ants on him.
Ants?
He starts getting ants on him.
Where is like? Is
I
he
don't
just
even know.
sitting in
I
ant
don't
piles?
even know. Because I didn't even see an ant pile.
Yeah.
But he starts getting,
Fire ant.
But well, it might have been.
Yeah.
But he wipes them off, and he gets the truck, he gets the stuff. He comes back, gets the towels. And then I was like, Gavin, give me one of the towels. So he throws the towel. He throws the towel.
And you're still in the water.
And I'm like in the mud and in the water.
Yeah.
Halfway kind of.
But in your boat.
The kayaks are like right next to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm in my boat. I'm on the top mountain boat. He's in the
inside.
Yeah. And he throws the towel and he goes in between the two kayaks, literally in the water.
This is really.
And I'm like, you guys can just picture this. Like, this is not like
normal.
This is not normal. Like, this is something's going on. Like,
energetically, something's happening.
Like, you're having to gain some clarity on this kind of stuff. But so I get the towel, and Gavin is like, he's in this mindset of like this is not good. Like really, to a point where I almost thought we weren't going to go.
Oh, really? Like he's going to psych himself out?
Right.
Because he threw the towel in the water?
Well, because he was getting frustrated with the bugs, and then he started seeing spiders, and then getting in the kayak and seeing bugs, and so we pull back out, We start paddling down to Buck Creek. And this is where it gets interesting. So I'm like paddling out in front of him. And we're literally in the middle of this lake. And he starts yelling. And in my mind, like, I can't see him. Yeah. And it's not like I can just turn my head around and like look at it. And I'm like something's wrong. Like something's wrong because he doesn't usually do this.
Yeah.
And he's like completely like it's fear factor mode.
Fear factor mode.
Because there's like I don't know if a spider might have bit him or he saw a spider, but it was dealing with spiders. And he's in an inside kayak.
Yeah, sit in.
So you can't just flail your legs around.
Yeah.
And then like wipe it off with some water. Like you're in this kayak. You can't get
really
out of
reach
this
it,
kayak. Yeah, you can't reach. You can't really see where your feet are at inside. You know,
it's crawling on your
you
leg.
can just picture this. If you're like have a phobia of spiders,
yeah,
like this is not the situation you would want to be in, and he's in it.
He's in it.
So like think about it.
But you didn't know before this that
I
had the arachnophobia.
I did not know it was at that level until
but you found
I
out.
turned around and I saw his face. I'm like, okay, yeah,
this is real.
This is real.
Wow. So what did you do?
Well, I had to adjust.
How did he adjust? How did you adjust him?
And that's the thing.
So it's like, were you the chiropractor in this?
In a way. Because like I had to like calm the situation down to like just help him get through. Because it's like I can't just get him out of the kayak. We're in the middle of a lake.
We're in the middle of the lake.
So it's like, first off, I need to let you know this is the situation you're in. You're gonna be okay because I'm here.
Right.
And let's just figure this out. And let's just deal with the fear. Like it's false evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a spider.
I mean, but we could tell each other that. Yeah. But to a person that has arachnophobia,
it's a different level. It's a different level.
It's not false evidence.
Have to,
if it's a spider on you, right. That's real evidence.
And man, and I talked to him about it. I told him like the situation. I was like, hey, like, I checked the kayak. I'll make sure everything was all right. Make sure he was okay. Calmed him down. And then we went ahead and started going back. We started going down Buck Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And it was having that, like, if it were you were by yourself in that situation, what would you do if you had that arachnophobia, like fear factor involved? Like, what if you were by yourself?
I don't know. What would you do? What did he say he would do?
I didn't even ask him.
Oh man,
I didn't even ask him.
I mean, you're probably going for a swim if it's it's serious like that,
right?
Like flip it over and you like.
And that's the thing. Like thinking about with adjustments is sometimes like even with chiropractor, like you can't crack your back by yourself.
Right.
You can't adjust. Most of the time, you can't adjust it the way you need to adjust it by yourself.
Right.
You have to have somebody around you or somebody to help you with that situation.
The outside influence.
And that's another part of the whole adjustment aspect is like, if I wasn't there, who knows what happened?
Right.
If he would have freaked out and flipped the kayak, if he didn't have his life jacket on, like, you don't know what's going to happen in that situation.
You don't know what happened.
But that's in like everything in life. People go through stuff and then they need to have that support aspect to it. But it's the same thing with this situation. I had to make an adjustment. When I made the adjustment to help Gavin out,
right.
Gavin made the adjustment.
Right.
Because here's the thing. The whole objective was to go down Buck Creek to see the bridge.
Right.
I mean, it's like the episode we had talked about before.
Yeah.
Like, you can't let these factors deviate you from the goal that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
Or derail you in a way that you can't get back on the track. It's just making an adjustment.
Yeah.
So we got back on track. Had a complete blast the rest of the time. It was hot. We had to deal with the heat, but there was a point where I didn't even know if we were going to make it to the bridge because there was people fishing. And I'm like, I don't want to bug them while they're fishing and all this. And Gavin's like, let's just go. Let's go check it out.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
They need to reel it on in. We're going.
So flip the script. Like, Gavin made the adjustment. Now I make the adjustment.
Right.
Why are you going to get torqued out of your shorts because you got to interfere with somebody fishing when you're just going to go by them real fast.
Just going to
Not
go by.
that big of a deal.
Not that big of
And
a
he
deal.
like it was so cool, man. Like because I've never seen, but it's really cool going down there and seeing that the way we did.
Yeah.
And then seeing Gavin's face, like he was excited about it. He loved
That's
it.
good.
Like that was.
So why do you think why do you think that all that stuff was challenging? Because like the way you're saying, the reward that came from it.
Mm-hmm. Like why it was challenging?
No, I'm saying it's almost like hiking to a waterfall.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, do we really want to make the 10-mile hike to this waterfall?
Right.
But then you get there and you're like, man,
it's worth it.
It was worth every mile, every step. You know what I'm saying? So do you think that sometimes that's just a natural order of some things? It'd be like, oh, let's see, like, because let's just look at it. No hat, mud, ants, towel thrown in the water, mud. I mean, so far, spider.
Yeah. I mean, if you picture it, I mean, it's really like what you. I mean, like going to a waterfall. Like typically it's not an easy hike.
Right.
You know, you're either going to go up or you're going to go down.
Even if you would ask Gavin to say, okay, hey, after the things that you know that took place, if the thought process that we had to go through that again to be able to have this experience that you're having right now, would you go or would you be like, nah? What do you think he'd say?
I think he'd say yes to that.
So it's like some of the stuff is just built in that you're gonna have to make adjustments, get adjustments along the way, and have that support system. But if you're in alignment, it's all worth it.
Yeah, and I feel like the way you put it is like if you're in alignment with what you want to achieve, you're gonna have to adjust. Like there's gonna be things that are gonna make you have to adjust to stay in line.
Period.
To achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And if you had like my ultimate goal was for us to go out there and enjoy kayaking. Not make it a bug swatting contest.
Now, did you like as far as moving forward, like for preparation?
Oh yeah. No, there's so much.
Like, hey man,
and that was
did you check your kayak?
That was another thing. Was the preparation. Like, okay, Gavin has this. He has a fear about spiders.
Yeah.
Let's just double check kayaks before we even put it in the water.
Like you got to go through a checklist.
Go through the
checklist. I have my kayaks in the garage, man, but that doesn't mean for 1 second that
get in it.
Spider might not be in it. A wasp nest hasn't been like decided to form.
Like that.
There's a snake that decided. Like, talk about different experiences. You're getting stung while you're out in the water because you done stored up the nest that's at the base of your foot.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
It's not fun at all.
So it's just saying, okay, within life, with certain circumstances, there has to be a preparation, or if you even want to go as far as saying a checklist, like the 8Ms checklist,
right?
That you're going to be able to say, I got the water, I checked the boat, we got the towel, we got our hat, we got the snacks,
we're good.
Like take all the possibilities away, so you're able to stay in line easier, when life does give you some adjustments. Step off in the mud, like, okay, well, Rinse your leg off. It's okay. Come on.
It's fine. You'll be all right.
You'll be all right. Like,
We're good.
rinse your leg off. You're good. But that to somebody that hasn't been working on their mindset or in their development process, I know we're talking about this. Something you have to label it. You have to know what that is in your life. Will be, oh, I stepped in mud, and it takes you totally out the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for your sake, y'all kept going. Y'all weren't like, oh yeah, this trip's over. We'll do it another time.
Yeah.
But how many people play that game with themselves? Do it another time? This is the time. We're here now. When they say, what time is it? Now.
Now.
What time you got? Now.
Now. Now.
I mean, that's a real thing.
It is.
So yeah, I commend you. I look forward to getting some kayaking in with y'all.
Oh yeah.
See what y'all got. See what y'all figured out.
He likes getting out there. I mean, I was proud of him for doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
I love it, man. It's good times being out on the water.
Absolutely, man. It always is, man.
Get your adjustment, man.
Get your adjustment.
Don't be walking around here like brass.
No.
And the only reason I'm saying it like that is to
it.
go into this next phase because you said you just knew something was wrong.
I knew. And that's the thing.
And it wasn't like you weren't going to get diagnosis with. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm not going to go overboard. It's like I already know what I got to do.
Yeah.
Get the adjustment.
But that's fun too because that's how your mind can play tricks on you. So you just be a little bit one night in the RV or weekend, and you're like, man, I ruined my back. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
yeah,
no, it's just seeking an expert,
right?
Tweaking this, critiquing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're good. See you in a month.
See you in a month.
But then that's why I'm willing to have invested more time on it. What happens when the month passes by?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, because you said, Doc said,
mm-hmm.
oh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Then you're like, oh, well, man, I felt pretty good. It's like, do I need to really skip the adjustment? Probably not.
Not if you want to stay on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, sometimes we get those signs to be ahead of the game. Because if you go back out, if I ever have to hear about a story about spiders and kayaks again, yeah. I mean, that's fair though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Be like, well,
like you already been through this.
It's not even necessarily for you. Like it has to be instilled in him. You have a thing.
Yeah.
So we don't want to be in the middle of the lake.
We don't. No.
You need to check it. Even if you need to hose it down.
That's right.
before we
even get in.
Before we put it on the truck, like rinse it down.
Yeah.
And then you'll know, like, this is spider free.
Spider free.
But that's an adjustment. Yeah. So I like it, man. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing, man. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get the adjustment.
Get the adjustment. But yeah, man. You got comments? Comment. Subscribe. Tell us what you want us to talk about. If you got anything, we're here, man.
Yeah. YouTube official. Look. Till next time.
All right.
This is your co-host here, Braxton Matson, and Lee and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you've enjoyed it just as much as we did making it, but we couldn't do it without you. So please hit that like button, leave us a rating, leave us a review. Let us know what topic or subject that you would like us to talk about in your journey from mediocre to magnificent. But most of all, share it. Be the ripple effect of magnificence and know that you are magnificent in everything you do. Till next time.